Hello students, in previous classes we have seen the introduction about the operational amplifier. Okay, so in this chapter I have told you that operational amplifier is a 8 pin IC. Okay, it is an integrated circuit which has 8 terminal. So in this video what we are going to do, we are going to study the introduction of op-amp IC. We are going to see in detail what is operational amplifier IC, how it looks like, how many number of pins it have, what is the function of each and every pin. Okay, so this is the 741 op-amp IC. As you can see on the screen, this is nothing but a metal package of your operational amplifier. Okay, and this is nothing but your plastic package. IP, it is top view, this is also top view. If you see this metal package, you will observe there are total 8 pins: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So 8 number pin is connected to no connection. First pin connected to pin number 1 is connected to the offset null. Pin number 2 is your inverting input. Pin number 3 is non-inverting input. Pin number 4 is negative supply. Pin 5 is offset null. Pin 6 is output. Pin 7 is your positive supply, and pin 8 is NC, that is no connection. The diagram or the connection or pin number is going to remain same. It's just that the construction or packaging is going to be changed. In this diagram we have seen it is a metal package. In the following diagram it is the plastic package. So this is what is the difference between IC 741. Remember the name, it is IC 741. It is an operational amplifier IC. The function of pin is not going to change with the packaging. Function is going to remain the same, as well as pin number is also going to remain the constant. All right, after that we have to study the characteristics of op-amp. Okay, so if we consider an ideal op-amp, we have seen all the ideal and practical characteristics of operational amplifier. So here there are different multiple parameters. We have to compare those parameters with the ideal op-amp value and the practical value of IC 741. The first parameter is your voltage gain. Ideally it should be infinite, but practically whenever you are going to measure your voltage gain, it is about 2 into 10 raised to 5. After that, bandwidth is also should be infinite, but practically bandwidth is limited to the 1 megahertz. Input resistance is about infinite in ideal op-amp, but practically input impedance is about 2 mega ohm. Output resistance, ideally it should be 0, but practically we can see the output impedance of 75 ohm. After that, CMRR, common mode rejection ratio, ideally it should be 0, but practically it is 150 microvolt per volt. Okay, after that, offset voltage at input side, ideally its value should be 0, but practically we can see it is about 2 millivolt. Offset current, its ideal value again 0, but practically it is about 6 nano ampere. Input output phase shift, ideally it should provide you 0 to 0 or 180-degree phase shift. Practically IC 741 is also going to give you phase shift of 0 degree or 180 degree. All right, so this is about the characteristics of ideal operational amplifier. After that, there are some performance characteristics of IC op-amp. Comparative study of op-amp ICs. So there are multiple operational amplifier ICs available. How all these ICs are reacting to the particular input condition or particular ideal characteristics. So these are all the different types of your operational amplifier IC. Microampere 702, 715, 740. It is like FET output, sorry, input. Microcontroller 7, microampere 741, LM308, NE531, NE536, again FET input. So all these are the different types of the operational amplifier IC and how they are performed, or how they are different from each other with respect to the ideal characteristics. Okay, so if you go through this table, you will be able to observe that each and every IC having performance is almost equal to same. Okay, the performance is not varied drastically. The output whatever we are going to get at IC 702, that will be quite similar to that of your IC 741. There is not huge change. The characteristics or parameters are going to remain same as we have discussed in the previous lecture. Okay, so with this we have done with the chapter. Here I'm explaining some solved examples from the textbook. So in exam, if they ask you questions, MCQ questions or like problem numerical questions, you should be able to answer those questions, because here I'm going to take the solved examples from the first chapter, that is operational amplifier. The first example, if the op-amp has differential gain of 1 lakh in the following circuit, then find the gain. What they have given? They have given the differential gain, VD. Okay, and we have to find the gain. All right, so this is what is the diagram we have given. In the diagram, as you can see, input is applied to the non-inverting terminal of op-amp, and non-inverting terminal is connected to the output of feedback system. There are two resistors, 49 kilo ohm, 1 kilo ohm, and there is an output voltage. What we have to find? We have to find the gain. Now, first of all, what is given? Gain is equal to 1 lakh, R1 1k, R2 49k. Now we know the circuit configuration is a non-inverting configuration, as input is applied to the non-inverting terminal. Therefore, the feedback element M can be calculated as M is equal to R2 upon R1 plus R2. Why? Because this is a simple voltage divider arrangement. If I call this resistor as R1, this resistor as R2, then it will be a voltage divider rule, and output of voltage divider rule I can easily calculate with the help of this formula, which is R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So simply put the values of R1 and R2 and you will get the answer as 0.02. So this is nothing but your feedback factor or feedback element. Now what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the total voltage gain. So your total voltage gain will be V out upon V in. Okay, so V out upon V in, which is equal to, it is reciprocal of your feedback element. So V out upon V in is equal to 1 upon M. Now what is the value of M? M is 0.02. I can simply put the value of M, 1 upon 0.02, the answer will be 50. So this is what is the total voltage gain we are expecting. All right. The next problem is calculate the gain of inverting amplifier. The value of input resistor is 10k and that of your feedback resistor is 100k. So here we have already seen what is the formula of inverting amplifier. So we can just simply use that formula over here. What is the first step? You have to write the given values. What is given? Value of R1 and R2. R1 is 10k, R2 is 100k. Now what is the formula of gain of inverting amplifier? It is minus feedback resistor divided by input resistor. So we know the value of feedback resistor is about 100k and value of input resistor is 10k. So if we do this calculation, we will be getting the answer as minus 10. So minus 10 is nothing but your gain of inverting amplifier. We know whenever we are operating amplifier in inverting mode, its output voltage is always in the negative polarity. The next question, question number 3. A non-inverting op-amp has input resistance of 6.8 kilo ohm and feedback resistance of 68 kilo ohm. If the input voltage is 0.5 volt, what is the output voltage of op-amp? Okay, so what we have given, we have values of two resistance and we have input voltage as 0.5 volt. Now here they are stating the op-amp is connected in non-inverting mode. So for non-inverting mode, we have seen the formula is gain is equal to 1 plus Rf upon R in. So that is, we can just write here 1 plus R1 upon R2. So feedback resistors value is given, input resistors value is also given. We can just simply put the values in the formula. What is the formula? 1 plus Rf upon Rin. So 1 is nothing but your constant. Rf, that is feedback resistor. Rin, that is input resistor, and you have to simply solve this bracket. Once you are done with the bracket solving, multiply that bracket value with the 0.5, and that is nothing but your maximum output, whichever you are going to get at the output of op-amp. All right, after that we have the next example. In an op-amp, a gain is 20,000. No, it is a 20 lakh, 2 lakh. Z in input impedance is 5 mega ohm and output impedance is 50 ohm. Find the input and output impedance with the feedback when feedback fraction is 0.002. Okay. Now first thing is that we have to write the given things. One is given as gain is 2 lakh. After that feedback fraction is about 0.002. After that input impedance is about 5 mega ohm and output impedance is about 50 ohm. Okay, now there is a formula to calculate your input and output impedance. So see, for input impedance we have formula. Input impedance with the feedback we have to calculate, that is why Z in with feedback, input impedance with feedback, which is equal to 1 plus am into Z in. What is a? It is the gain. What is m? Feedback fraction into Z in, that is input impedance. So if you perform this calculation, you will get your input impedance with the feedback, that is 2005 mega ohm. All right. Now what is the, how to calculate output impedance? So instead of Z in, we have to put Z out. Okay, the formula is Z out into FB, which is equal to Z out upon 1 plus AM. A is again your gain, M is again your fraction, feedback fraction. So value of Z out is 50. 1 plus value of gain is 2 lakh into M is 0.002. If you perform this division and multiplication and addition thing, you will get your Z out into FB is equal to 0.124 ohm. All right. So next question is, identify the following operational amplifier configuration and find its output voltage. So the question is, we have to firstly identify the configuration, and once we are done with the configuration, we need to calculate the output voltage as well. Now as you can see here, input is applied to the non-inverting terminal of your op-amp. So that is why we can just say that the configuration is non-inverting mode. In non-inverting mode, how to calculate output voltage? For that we have a formula. Correct. Now what is the formula? V out is equal to 1 plus RF upon R in into V in. So simply in this formula we have to put the values. We know the value of feedback resistance, we know the value of input resistance, we know the value of input voltage. So if we simply put all these three values in a formula, we will be able to calculate your output voltage very easily. By doing all this calculation, you will reach to the final output voltage as a 15 volt. Okay, so as we know, V out is equal to V in, V out is equal to, we can just consider as a 5 volt, figure 1.17. As you can see in this, V out is equal to V in. V in is your 5 volt, that is why you can just write your V out is also equal to 5 volt. The next question, the question number 6, problem number 6, find out the output voltage of the following configurations: inverting configuration and non-inverting configuration. Now what we have given, value of R1, RF, VI and VCC. Okay, so now here we know the values, like we know the formulas of inverting configuration and non-inverting configuration. Simply we have to use those formula, we have to put the values in the formula and we have to perform the calculation. It's as simple as that. Formula for inverting configuration is minus RF upon Rin into V in. What is the value of feedback resistance? It is 20 kilo ohm. So 20 into 10 raised to minus 3, minus sign is as it is, divided by what is R1, 2 kilo ohm. So 20 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 2 into 10 raised to 3. Okay, into VI. Okay, input voltage, it is 10 millivolt. So multiplied by 10 millivolt. This plus 10 raised to plus 3 or 10 raised to plus 3 will get cancelled. If you divide this 200 by 2, answer will be 100. 100 into 10 millivolt, minus sign is as it is. So this is 100 into 10 raised to minus 3. Milli can be written as 10 raised to minus 3. If you perform this calculation, you will get answer is equal to minus 1 volt. Okay. Now we have to use the same values and we have to find the configuration of non-inverting mode of amplifier. So what is the formula for non-inverting amplifier? It is V out is equal to 1 plus RF upon Rin into V in. Again, what is the value of RF? 20 kilo. What is the value of R in? 2 kilo ohm. And what is the value of V in? 10 millivolt. If you perform this calculation, you will get answer as 1.01 volt. So this is all about your numerical problems based on the operational amplifier, configuration of operational amplifier, feedback fraction and related things. So with this, we have completed our chapter number 1 from the paper number 2 of FYBSc Electronic Science, that is analog and digital device application. We will start next lecture in the next chapter in the next lecture.